welcome to the program Agric Today on ARSN Television, Abuja, Nigeria. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin. On today's episode, we'll be taking a look at the national body of Naten, and we'll be focusing on the election for new executives. On this episode also, some collaborators came into, who the Naten as regards some juicy opportunities for young farmers, especially those in tertiary institutions. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Then the program continues. Welcome back. The program is Agric Today, and of course I'm your host Khadija. On the program, our focus on this episode of Agric Today is the meeting of Naten executive. Of course, the meeting today is for two purposes. One is for their election, re-electing some key executive into power, and of course some collaborators are also in the building to see how they can partner with heads of agricultural institutions to see how to woo students into agri businesses. Quickly, we'll take some collaborators' presentation as to what they are bringing to the table to Naten for farmers, young farmers who are willing to come into agribusiness, and of course not just crop, but the animal farming aspect of it.
So I think issues of this magnitude should be made known each and every day. And this is how Naten can move further. There should be separated all our activities. There should be separated all what we are doing. So that we can even write people that some are not even in Naten. But once such things are there, I can send them to our colleges. The colleges that are close to me, can pass this information to them. If they take interest, they can join. So I think next time, such error or college should not take place. And the government member is a very important one. We recently bought two greenhouses. We have mounted one, we have mounted the second one. So since it's not just raising the plants at a seedling stage and sell, it's a complete production cycle if I get it right. So I think the issue raised by Prof is a very important one. To acquire a greenhouse, mount it, even mounting it is even a serious issue now. Because they will sell it to you, they say they will mount. Some of the things have to buy now, the one we have in the college, we spend a lot of money in trying to get it.
For the purpose of this meeting, we want to be speaking to that concern Naten. that is relevant to this gathering. Before now, I was advisor to Chief Agric on policy control and standardization. Before then, I was in Addis Ababa working on a Africa Edited project, and I presently work on project in 6 states that is the World Bank supported. So, who are we at Agric Group? Agric Group is group of companies where it's Agric Group, we have Agric Arena Limited, we have Agric Integrated Farms, and I don't want to what that's related to because we're all experts and we learn from you as regards agriculture. So we have Agric Integrated Farms, we have Agric Arena Limited. The difference is just that Agric Arena Limited do more of exports, and then the Integrated Farms is an enterprise registered here also in Nigeria. Yes. So the concepts that we're presenting to Naten is the incubation program, incubation initiative that is tagged "My Farm, My Swag." "My Farm, My Swag" for our slogan is trademarked, and it's also to support the youth, encourage the youth, and under our seniorship before now, it is no doubt that the country is blessed with a lot of resources, but from my experience working with the youth, I've observed that my youth, even the person with disabilities, they don't find agriculture to be so fancy, they don't find it to be kind of sexy, and then we have mentioned a lot of things around the fact that they are not very encouraged, with a lot of limitations to them. The initiative Arena has been conceptualized to bridge this gap and get our youth population into pursuing a career in agriculture tech-based, so that they will be technology-driven, and as they are doing that, they are dealing with agribusiness and also agri-tainment, so that they're training with capacity building. And at the end of the day, they go with the startup pack that we can start with. Most of our target audience here, they are not already in agriculture, but they are interested. We want to be ensured that we bring them on board and they are retained in doing so. Like I said earlier, the target audience are young school leavers and unemployed youth within the age of 18 to 29 years at the date of registration for each incubation batch. Presently, we're starting that, but we don't want to go beyond 18 to 29 so that we catch them young and then retain them into that sector. So, like I said, because of the purpose of this meeting, we're concentrating on our Nigerian Youth in Agribusiness Incubation Initiative, tagged "My Farm, My Swag," and it's 2 to 4 week residential training, and we'll be looking at different value chains. And at the end of each incubation period, they are going with the starter packs at the end of the incubation period. With these starter packs, we link them up and then make sure that they're able to be more interested in agribusiness and then moving it forward. The basis for all of this is to ensure, in contributing to national economy, to ensure food security, food safety, import substitution, we create wealth, we create jobs, and of course economic diversification in all of this. In all of this, and what are the benefits of my farm, my swag for the youth? One of them is access to first-hand quality value chain training and leveraging on best practices. Some of them will be coming in for the first time. They will have first-hand access, and then they will learn a lot of things from the resource persons putting them through. They have career opportunities. They will be monitored after such training, and then they are being mentored for sustainability, because from my experience, it's very easy for them to come for training and go back. Even some of them sell their starter packs, But for us to be ensured that they remain in that business, we are going to be mentoring them, we're going to be monitoring them, and also ensure that they are linked up for scaling up. Then of course they get access to agricultural finance and also financial literacy. When they are into this business, it's different from what they do on a daily basis. Agribusiness is quite different from their ordinary day activities. So they are going to be putting through financial literacy and ensure that they're able to sustain their businesses. And of course, after that, they are going to linkages and exchange programs. I make reference to French Development Agency because I work closely with them, and being a French citizen by nationality, we work with a lot of European Union agricultural-based organizations that are interested in Nigerian youth. But we don't want to just link or send any group. We want to be ensure that anybody we are sending is committed, interested, and able to sustain that project. Yes. But all of this, all of them will not be achieved without some enablers. What are the enablers that we're looking out for? We're looking for deliberate and intentional institutional support for agribusiness, and which is what Naten is made of from what we have learned this morning. My first meeting with Naten, that was when I understood that there is a group of institutions, and that institution has to be deliberate and intentional in supporting agribusiness, and I've taken that away this morning. In doing so also, yes, government does not have business in business, but purely business is the business of the government, because we cannot do anything without having a good policy that supports everything we're doing for the private sector. So while we pursue that, we have to crowd in private sector partnership and also development partners. A lot of development partners are into agriculture supporting, and they should be willing to support this. And of course, stakeholders partnership, which is what Naten is all about, and also funding for this My Farm My Swag incubation initiative for the youth. We're looking at $170 per trainee, which is about 200,000 naira, depending on what is obtainable in the market. Because when you train them, of course, they will reside for 2 to 4 weeks. They will reside for 2 to 4 weeks. They will eat. We get medical attention for them. Their security. They are trained. They have material. So at least one person will attract about 200,000. And I hope you like our architectural design of the incubation house. Next. So, Abomax Partners and Projects. Yes, this was like me. We're establishing an orchard and a farm for international school here in Abuja. These are some of our aims. Next. We established for global international schools, some of us may know them. Here in Abuja, we set up integrated funds for them and for their students with orchard as well. And that was when we brought Center for Management Development in Lagos for value chain development program for their officers in Agric farms. So we are also talking to Leventis Foundation. Leventis Foundation is very interested in the youth incubation projects with us. We're talking to Bank of Agriculture next. We're talking to UBA. UBA wants to be banker of the project, but we're struggling between UBA and First Bank. But whoever is able to quickly go on with us wants to be banker. We're talking to Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Abomax has export permits, and we also support them. And with my experience in policy control and standardization, we guide on export control. Of course, we are talking to NDLEA to support the initiative and get us some youth to be incubated for the period.
With Naten in the area of promoting sunflower at the colleges, because if our children get it at that age, Nigeria can be a wonderful country in the area of sunflower value addition. We are collaborating with various research institutes, some of which is the Institute for Agricultural Research, San Rosaria, who has a national mandate. We are also collaborating with National Animal Production Research Institute, NAPRI, in the area of animal feed. We are also collaborating with the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research in the area of pharmaceutical activities. The association, being a national association, last week, the government organized or presented a national policy which was validated in Gombe just last week, Gombe, that was on film. And one of the colleges, that the Federal College of Horticulture, was also invited. Unfortunately, I could not cite anyone that represented the college.
I have sincerely accepted the position or the responsibility saddled to me of the Chairman Board of Trustees of Naten. And I wish to thank you so much for entrusting this heavy responsibility on me. It's not a small task. My former chair, who is by my side, I know what she passed through. She was supported from all angles. That was the secret of one of the secrets of her being successful. Even though she is hardworking, she is committed, diligent, and is an iron lady with initiative. At this juncture, I would like to call upon you to please give me not partial but complete support. Complete support. When I say complete support, I mean in terms of advice, attending the meetings, etc., etc. There are a lot of things. So without your support, I'm telling you, we cannot move Naten forward. So I need your support. I need your support. I need your support. Naten has challenges, a lot of challenges that are there, lying down, sleeping, even snoring. So we need to wake up all these challenges and address them. So as I said, I need your support. And then another issue is, which is very important, we need to bear with each other. Sometimes decision may be irritating once it is being processed or taken. We should not allow individual interests or personal interests to stagnate the progress of this great association. So please, we should bear with each other and always put it in mind that we are capable, we are able to achieve the vision of Naten. At this juncture, I want to thank you so much for nominating me. I also urge you to bear with me for some of the mistakes that may come from me and put me always on this right track. Don't just look at me as the chairman board of trustees. No, whenever you observe something going abnormal, please call my attention. Thank you very much.
Not just the volume of support you gave me, but more than you gave me, because we need to move Naten forward. Especially, I want to thank Dr. Naten, Dr. Nanaka. He has been of immense support. He also sponsors himself, but whenever we have a meeting, once I call him, he will come. He will come with his own money. He has never missed any meeting we have scheduled. At least whenever I come and see him, I will be strengthened. So you are my source of strength. I really thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I thank Afabua, the secretary, also. She has, since she was appointed, she has been up and doing. Then, for our executive secretary, he is a resource to Naten. He is up and doing. He is always there to work, to scout for partners, useful partners, opportunities to make Naten grow. Even when he is old, even when his salary is not paid, he was never deterred. He has always been working. But my prayer is that after this meeting, there will be a very big improvement, not only in our achievement, but in our financial capacity, in our financial literacy. I learned something today. I wanted to ask her what she meant by financial literacy. Do you learn money? Do you learn how to handle money also? Financial literacy. God will improve our financial literacy so that all the money we are owing him will be paid. Thank you all.
And finally, the Naten election is on, and then members are being nominated and voting has already started. Some key members from the president to the vice president, the PRO, and the rest of the financial secretary, and the rest of them are being elected today. And then we've seen some people come in as new executive, while the last executive, which has lasted for 5 years, 2 tenures, are going to be stepping down. Let's listen to some of those that won this election. Let's hear what they have in stock for Naten and of course the Nigerian young Nigerian farmers students.
Okay, thank you very much for that. The main purpose of our coming here is to project agribusiness for the youth, especially. And we have a concept called My Farm, My Swag, getting agriculture more attractive to the youth and get them involved. So we have an incubation project which is called My Farm, My Swag, where we incubate a number of youth for a period of time, and then they get trained in their areas of interest in the value chain, and at the end of the day they get starter pack to start with. And we just don't leave them into the city like that. When they leave, we monitor and we mentor them to ensure that they sustain their businesses. We're also linking them up with financial institutions for financial literacy and financial linkages so that they can get support for their businesses. So stuff like that, and as well as linkages international organizations too.
But the main reason for this meeting is to change our leadership. Because there is no leadership that is permanent. Every leadership must have a tenure, a period, that when you put up your own best, you will leave for others to continue. So having done first tenure, second tenure as a BOT chairman, during our last meeting we decided that we will meet now and elect a new executive. That is one of the main reasons. But whenever we come together, it's not a one agenda meeting because we come from different places and far places. So we always make our meeting fruitful, well packed up with information. So you can see today we have had some collaborators and partners who came and presented their intentions and expressed their interest to partner with us. That is one aspect. We are going to review our success story. We also look at a way forward, then do the election. So these are the reasons for the meeting today.
For me, Naten, or the mandate of Naten, is Magani, to make agriculture glamorous and attractive for Nigerian youths. So, but Naten cannot operate as an island. We need partners, we need collaborators. Because when we talk about Naten is a group of colleges of agriculture or related discipline. So we come together, but we cannot continue running the affairs of Naten without partners as well as collaborators. So where partners come in, we need partners from different disciplines. So as you can see, the partners that made presentation a while ago, they are partners from different areas of specialization. So we need their skills, we need their knowledge, so that it will help us to close the gap between theory and practicals in the colleges of agriculture or related disciplines. Because all we want is to practicalize agriculture and make it more entrepreneurial. So you see, we need partners at the moment. So their presentations also entails their specializations and their competency in such a way that we can partner with them.
Okay, the meeting is aimed at having a change of leadership. It's a joint BOT meeting, Board of Trustees meeting, so we're having a change of leadership at the executive level and at the Board of Trustees level. But be that as it may, we have some other partners on ground that want to partner with Naten in making agriculture glamorous and attractive for Nigerian youths. So we had Abomax, we had Soilless Farm Lab, who are already partnering with us for the enterprise of youths in agriculture program. So they came to give us a status report of what they are doing thus far and how we can go further with them. Then for Abomax, they just wanted us to familiarize with them and see how they can collaborate with us, to make sure that agriculture is attractive for Nigerian youths.
Well, just like we said during the election, our intention is to ensure that we continue with the good thing the former ESCO did, especially the mission and vision of Naten, making agriculture glamorous for our youths. That is one of the things we want to achieve. It portends a good omen for Naten. Like I said, the whole idea of Naten is making agriculture attractive, and glamorous for Nigerian youths. We discovered that everybody sees agriculture as a place not meant for the youths. It's meant for the old, the aged in the villages. But now we want to bring it even to the doorstep
of secondary school children, so that we grow with it. The culture will be imbibed from youth, to adulthood.
Yeah, it's fine and it's okay. I accepted it on behalf of my provost, which I stood in for. So I know she's capable of the responsibility that is given to her. She will do it wholeheartedly. That's the president of the Naten. So she will do it wholeheartedly. So I'll convey the message to her. I'm sure she's going to accept it because I've accepted on her behalf.
Very transparent, free and fair. In a society like this is what makes the society to move forward. When you do things in a transparency way, it means people saw it and nobody complained. Everybody, they were satisfied, they were pleased with the nominations and the election. First of all, money is what we need to move the association forward. So my position as National Secretary is to reach out to all institutions and colleges who have defaulted to make sure they pay their annual dues and to add value to our agricultural system and including our exportation of agricultural products. So that is what we meant to do, and we surely add value to Naten and make sure Naten progress.
Election was fair, transparent, and it was out of individual violation, and that they like it, and that the way they want it, and the people they knew that will be able to perform, and they move the association forward. Those are the people they elected, and it was generally acceptable.
Okay, so what does this portend for the association?
What does
it portend? That's how we wrap it up on Agric today for this week. Join us again, same time, same station next week. I remain your host, Khadija Oluwatoyin. Thanks for being there. Catch ya.